Nancy Pelosi was a great speaker. She is a great leader, but her time has come and gone.
What we need is a new generation of leadership to be honest about the problems that we face.
I'd like to see someone besides Nancy Pelosi run, and that's who I would support.
But despite calls by some in her party to step aside, a defiant Nancy Pelosi says no, she is not going anywhere.
I do agree that it's time for new blood and we should move on. And if Hillary Clinton had won and the Affordable Care Act was protected, I feel very proprietary about that. I was happy to go my way. But to have no woman at the table and to have the Affordable Care Act at risk, I said, as long as he's here, I'm here.
She's here. Here now, Mark Thiessen, former chief speechwriter for President George W. Bush and a Fox News contributor, and Juan Williams, co-host of The Five and a Fox News political analyst. Great to see both of you.
Good to see you,
tonight. So, Juan, what do you think? Is she a positive or a negative for the Democratic Party? She seems to be digging in her heels.
As a matter of political calculus, Martha, she's not going anywhere. If you ask, is she a positive or negative, Republicans want to make her out to be the Wicked Witch of the West. To try to counter the negatives and lack of popularity of President Trump. But President Trump is a much larger political figure going into these midterms. And as many people have said, this is going to be a referendum on Trump, not Pelosi.
Mark, what do you think? In terms of her impact on the midterms, because we know Republicans love to run ads saying that every candidate who's running is just like Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, well, I mean, some of the Democrats who are opposing her have actually said that she should step down now to take that issue away. But, I mean, look, the reality is Nancy Pelosi, if the Democrats do take the House back, the reality is she might not have any choice whether she leaves or not. There are 60 Democrats who are running in this election who have said that they will not vote for Nancy Pelosi. And a large number of those are on the Democrats' red to blue list, which is the key targets, the key states they have to flip if they get the majority. So if they get the majority, it'll be on the heels of never Pelosi Democrats. And on top of that, there are 9 Democrats who have said that they will vote under no circumstances will they vote for Nancy Pelosi. So she needs to get a majority of more than 9 in order to hold her seat, or else she's gone. Because when she faced down a challenge from Tim Ryan last time in 2016, she only had about a third of the Democrats voted against her, but she only had to get a majority of the Democrats. If you want to be Speaker of the House, you've got to get a majority of the House. All the Republicans are going to vote no, so she's got to have lockstep Democratic support. And if 9 Democrats say no, and then a bunch of never Pelosi Democrats get elected on top of that, she might have a margin to win.
But Mark, I just want to quickly point out that there's going to be a caucus of Democrats if Democrats are fortunate enough to carry the majority of the House. And that's where you would see the anti-Pelosi vote, especially from younger people. Ayanna Pressley, who just won out in Boston, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez here in New York, and others. We saw a whole bunch of them. That's where you'll see the fight. But if it goes to the floor,
said they won't vote even if she wins the caucus.
Hang on. If it goes to the floor, as you're describing it, with Republicans, Democrats, at that point, I think all these people fall in line for Nancy Pelosi.
I bet
not the 9.
I bet you're right.
Not the 9 who said they won't vote for her no matter what.
Let's take a look at one other issue, because we've been talking about